Talking Pittston area softball here on the Mendola show. Vito Quaglia is with us. And Vito, what are we looking like here? I don't know if we're going to get outside, but everybody's kind of in the same boat. So what's it been like for you and your team?
Well, we've been inside like everyone. We've been doing some preseason stuff in the gym since Christmas time, so it's kind of getting to be old hat. There's only so much running and throwing you can do inside. We have a scrimmage actually set for this Sunday against Seminary on the turf, so hopefully we can get out there. It might be the only time we get out. Last year we had the same situation. We had one practice outside before our first game, so we're used to it, and I think we just have to, this is life in Northeast PA.
Let's talk about the talent you have coming back this year, and let's go with leadership first. What kind of senior class do you have?
Well, I mean, a small senior group. I have two seniors. Nina Cincetti, who's be a 4-year starter for us. Mackenzie Gable, who's been last year, she was a role player, but hopefully she steps up as a senior to be a leader for us. But aside from that, our strength is our experience, because we really lost only one senior starter from last year. So we have 8 starters back. A lot of kids gained valuable experience, playing in the playoffs. So we expect if we stay healthy, we can be competitive.
How about let's head over to the mound and talk about shared duties there, or you'll go with one girl?
Well, probably shared duties. Last year, Nina and Alexa McHugh split time a lot for us, and that was a nice 1-2 combination. This year, we also have a sophomore stepping up. Kylie Herbert is a younger pitcher for us, a young power pitcher developing, so we think we have 3 pitchers that can all be adequate and go out there and give us a chance to win.
Coach, you talk about the league this year. What are you expecting in the Wyoming Valley Conference?
Well, it's so tough. I mean, and that's what helped us. Last year, we actually were 500 during the regular season, and we ended up having a nice run in the playoffs and playing for the title because of our regular season. It's so tough. We play Hazleton, Wyoming area, Nanticoke, Dallas. I mean, Berwick. There's a lot of talented teams out there, so it's a pretty rough schedule in this regular season. It helps you in the playoffs.
Overall, you're having fun coaching this group of girls. How about number-wise, trying to continue to grow the program?
We're pretty lucky. We just had over 30 girls, 37th and 8th graders come out for junior high. So we have numbers and talent 7 to 12. So we're fortunate right now, and they're hardworking kids. They'll do whatever you ask, and they put the time in. They do the little things that make them very coachable.
Vito, overall things you learn as a coach over the years with what your players are doing, what you need to do to win to make it to a district championship game or possibly beyond.
Well, I mean, number one, there's a little bit of luck involved with the health, keeping your players healthy. But the difference, I coach football also, and I think one big difference with softball is chemistry is so important. I mean, you can have all the talent in the world, but if the girls don't gel and they don't trust each other, it just goes sideways quick. And we've been lucky that we've had some nice squads of some kids that trust each other, play with confidence, and we have a lot of team chemistry, and they feel special that we're kind of building something at Pittston.
How much of a difference does that real live interaction outside on a field make with the game of softball? Maybe you hear baseball teams saying, "Hey man, we have to get outside." For you, do you feel that a lot as far as the bats? And
well, I mean, we hit a lot inside during the off season, but there's nothing like being outside, especially defensively. Playing on the dirt infield, that you don't get true hops even on an indoor turf. It's not the same as outside. So I think defensively you're behind the 8 ball, but pitching and hitting inside, you can kind of you're okay with that. But it's really the defense that makes me nervous.
Vito Quaglia, always a pleasure to talk with you before the season gets started. And good luck with the Pittston area Lady Patriots.
Thank you very much.
Nina Cincetti is with us from the Pittston area softball team here on the Mendola show. And Nina, another year, you're finally a senior, huh?
Yeah.
You've been doing it for a while, and you've had a lot of success. Talk about being a part of Coach Quaglia's program.
I love having Coach Vito as a coach. He reminds me, he's like a dad to me. I have enjoyed it for the past 4 years, so I'm hoping last year is the same.
Pitcher, we know that. Let's talk a little bit about feeling that pressure and liking it a little bit more every year.
Yeah, I sometimes like being in pressure situations. It helps me kind of go to your best potential, I think, and I love having Alexa. I know she's always alongside me. If I am doing great or doing horrible, I know she always has my back. So.
How about the opportunity at first base when you're able to play there? Helping be a leader on the infield.
I like playing the infield a lot, just as much as I like pitching. And once again, me and Alexa we've always been really comfortable with switching back and forth. So.
Got a couple brothers, I'm sure, that look up to you, Joe and Anthony. What's it like in your house? And talk about them.
We all play sports, so it's always been a really sport-oriented family. They both play baseball and basketball, so we compete against each other almost.
Well, you're doing a great job in the classroom, top 10% with a 4.0, student council, National Honor Society. Talk about your dedication as a student.
School's not always my favorite, but sometimes you have to like buckle down, study hard, and just get through it.
Not even your favorite, you're doing awesome. Let's talk about the next step for you, where you're going to head and what you're going to do there.
I'm going to the University of the Sciences in Philadelphia to play softball and major in PT.
Awesome, and talk about your college choices and why you wanted to go down to Philly.
Well, I was like deciding between whether if I wanted to play softball or not, and I kind of realized that I wasn't ready to give it up yet. So like this school came along, I met the coach, and I realized it was like the best of both worlds, that I could major in like what I wanted to major in and continue to play. So
talk about your folks and why you look up to them and the ground rules they kind of laid out for you.
My parents are like, I've always looked up to them. To me, they're just the two greatest people I know. And my dad played baseball, and he taught me like everything I know about softball and all that. And my mom, like, they've always supported me my whole life, and they've got me to where I am now.
Well, I know your coach is proud of you. I'm sure your parents are proud of you. And you keep up the great job in representing Pittston area. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alexa McHugh is with us. She is a junior pitcher, also plays some first base at Pittston area. Talk about Nina and her setting kind of the tone over the years, and everybody else kind of following suit. And only a couple seniors this year.
Yeah.
She's one of those leaders. So what's it like kind of watching her do her thing and learning from her?
Well, Nina, she's one of our biggest leaders. She's a senior. She's, even as a junior and sophomore, she's been kind of a leader and very vocal and helping all the underclassmen. And it's really nice to like switch in and out with her and knowing that like we have each other's backs.
How about when you get your opportunities on the mound? Talk about the difference in your style of pitching versus Nina's.
Well, we both kind of have the same kind of style of pitching. It's just, it's hard to adjust in the middle of the lineup. That's why we kind of are like a duo. So as Nina got through, I would come in after, and it'd be like a change of pace.
You got an older sister.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Liz.
Well, Liz, she's great. She has a little son. He's my nephew, and she always supports me, and so does he. And it's kind of a big age difference, but it's good because we're not in that fighting.
You're probably a good babysitter.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the classroom, top 10% as well, 4.0. Your dedication as a student.
Well, I'm a big person, like with my grades. I'm constantly studying if I'm not practicing. I really believe that like doing good in the classroom is just as important as progressing on the field.
Being in the National Honor Society, student council, so you're busy with some other clubs and stuff. When you're not playing softball, what do you try to do with your free time if you get some?
I really like to hang out with my friends and try to get as much free time as possible. But like I said, it's mostly focused on school. So
Chemistry is a subject you enjoy. Is it the teacher or the subject area you enjoy?
It was kind of both, but I really liked the subject. It just came easy to me. I really enjoyed the different kinds of labs that we did. It's just something I...
Shout out to the teacher.
This is Bauman.
All right, awesome. And down the road, you're thinking maybe softball college?
Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
Let's talk about your Nana and your mom, two people you look up to.
Well, they both, obviously my mom's my mom, but my grandma acted as like a second mother figure, and they both raised me into the person I am today. And as my dad and my grandpa, but...
Nice to always look up to Nana and your mom. Yeah. That's a great story. Well, Alexa, we wish you the very best this season and appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
I'm with Bailey Loyak here from Pittston area on the John Mendola Show, and our Carol and Janelle. She's a junior catcher for the Lady Patriots. And let's talk about that catching position, something that came upon you or something you really wanted to do?
No, I really like catching. I started when I was very young, and then it just held.
Talk about the people that have worked with you with your game of softball.
My dad started me off, and I worked with him for a while, and then I had a couple of trainers here and there, but it was mainly my father.
Cross country as well, what do you like about that?
It's just to stay in shape for softball season.
Let's talk about some clubs and organizations you're involved with at school.
National Honor Society, Zero Conflict Club for bullying, and the Stand Tall for like Red Ribbon Week and drug and alcohol.
Sleepovers, team meals, some fun stuff there.
Yeah.
Talk about, do you go over one person's house or you kind of switch it up?
We just switch it up just to all get together.
And you have a younger sister, Ashlyn. Tell us a little bit about her.
She's like my best friend. She loves dancing. She doesn't really do sports.
And you enjoy social studies in school. You're carrying a 3.7 grade point average, so you're really doing well there. A couple teachers you enjoy. You like the subject of social studies?
Yeah. Mr. Zangardi is the baseball coach. He was my favorite one so far.
And let's talk a little bit about the next step for you. What are you thinking down the road? It's your junior year. You have a little bit of time, but what are you thinking about for the next level?
Well, I do want to go to college and play softball. I really like athletic training, and I want to go like far from home. I don't want to stay around here.
Can you look up to your grandfather? Tell us a little bit about why.
Ever since I was younger, I loved my grandpa, and he just comes to everything. He's there for everything. He just stays by my side.
Big rivalry, Wyoming area. They should be pretty good as well.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to with the Lady Warriors?
I think we could do it again this year. I'm friends with a lot of them, but when it comes to that, you got to win.
All right. Well, Bailey, great to hear your story, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you.
With Lexi Falinsky from the Pittston Area Lady Patriots softball team here on the John Mendola Show. And Lexi, let's talk a little bit about what your expectations are for yourself this year, the season.
Well, I'm hoping to hit a lot better than I did last year and improve in my fielding.
How about your team? What's the outlook right now for your team? I know you're in the gym a lot, so it's hard to tell, but you feeling a pretty good vibe?
Yeah, we're doing a lot better this year, I think, than we did last year, and hopefully we'll make it as far as we did and even further.
What's it like playing for Coach Quaglia and the coaching staff?
It's really good. He's really good.
How about as far as pitching-wise this year? You got a couple pitchers that should be pretty dominant, you're expecting?
Yeah, I hope.
Everybody loves playing Wyoming area. What do you expect out of their team this year?
Well, their team, the past couple years, they've been really good, and they're probably going to be just as good as us this year, so it'll be a good game.
Take us around the infield with who you think some of the projected starters are going to be.
Well, I think Alexa will be pitching, Nina will be at first, I'll be at second, Madison at shortstop, Morgan at third base, and Bailey catching.
And as far as playing second base, what's some of the fun or the things, your role that you have to know as a second baseman?
I have to know all my plays and what my bunt coverage is.
You're doing a great job in the classroom. Talk about the 4.0 and why you enjoy math.
Well, I just really understand it a lot more than all my other subjects, so it's fun for me to learn new things and do really well in it.
Down the road, college will be coming. Do you have an area on what you want to study next?
Pre-med.
All right, awesome. So softball, not real sure. Pre-med's going to be pretty hard, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet.
Let's talk about your mom and your grandma.
They're the two most important women in my life, so they're big role models for me.
And then, how about your brother Adam? Tell us a little bit about him.
He plays baseball. He's a freshman. Plays video games a lot, and we get along really well.
That's pretty cool. How about all the different clubs you're involved with at school?
Key Club, Student Council, National Honor Society, and Zero Conflict. Yeah.
You are busy.
Yeah.
Alexi, great to hear your story, and we hope you have a safe and a fun season.
Thank you.